Hey there, so I've been asked a few times, how do I fit such a large item inside of a small hatchback? And in this video, I'm going to show you how I fit such a large item inside this hatchback by putting a bathroom vanity inside of here. Well, at least I'm going to try to put it in here. It might be too big, probably isn't, but it'll give you an idea of how to put something humongous inside of a small car. Okay, no, it's not a humongous horse carrier or something, no, but it's a large household item. Alright, so the first thing you need to do in pretty much any hatchback out there is fold down the rear seats, which most hatchbacks you can do. Some you probably can't, but again, most of them you can do it. How you fold down the rear seats in a Mitsubishi Mirage is there's a little string right here, and you just pull it, and then you can push the seat back. Now, some cars, not sure which exactly, might have a little lever up here, a plastic lever, and you just pull it or lift it up, and it releases the seat. Again, this car is a little string. The next thing you need to do is make sure your trunk is empty. Now, in my case, it is not empty. I have banana chips back here, a towel roll, and also some cookies. If you're wondering where you can put all of this stuff, well, just toss it down there. That works just fine. And we're going to actually need to put more stuff down here, and I'll show you why. If you have someone rather large in your passenger seat of the car, you might have a problem folding down the rear seats. Because, well, the headrest of the seat is going to end up hitting the passenger or driver's side front seat. But I sit further forward, so that's not a problem on my side, but on the passenger side, that is a problem. One way to fix that is you have the passenger seat go forward, but I don't really want to do that because usually the passengers in this car are quite large. So instead, what you do is you take the headrest off. And with the headrest, just toss it somewhere down here, like under the passenger seat. That's all you have to do. And that gets it out of the way. And for this headrest, it's exactly the same. There's a little button on this part of the seat, and that allows you to lift up the headrest. But the headrest actually hits the ceiling unless you go over and move the seat forward slightly. Then you can actually get the headrest all of the way off, so it's out of the way. And just toss this under the driver's seat, and it will be out of the way. Another thing that is quite useful to keep in the car if you're going to be using it often for loading things is where the spare tire is. Hopefully you have a spare tire. Make sure it's properly inflated, by the way. It will be completely useless if it's not inflated. But basically, keep some gloves in here. It helps like take snow off the window if there's snow. But then you also have this down here, tie strap. You can get this at Harbor Freight. This is actually quite useful. Usually you'd find this in a pickup truck because this is what a pickup truck would normally use to hold things down in the bed. No, this isn't a pickup truck, but it still is going to be quite useful from keeping things from flying all over the place. And then keep yourself a comforter or something down here as well, like this. I put it right around the spare tire. The reason why is I want the comforter to be draped over this area to prevent damage and prevent chips in the bumper. Also, if you're wondering, how are you going to even hook one of these tie straps down? It's quite simple. The latch. See this? See this? We might not see the left one. Actually, you might be able to. Those right there are what the seat holds on to latch the seat closed. Well, the seat's folded down, so these things just stick out of the sides of the car now. So just get yourself the little tie strap, and you can use this to tie whatever you're trying to tie down. And you can hook it onto the other side onto here, and just kind of wrap the tie strap around it, and that works quite good. Or I guess in some cases you could also just strap it down on both sides. It just depends what you're loading, but just tie it down nice and tight. Oh, well, that's not enough space. I still need more deep, maybe to come all the way up to the dash. Well, what do? Well, all you have to do is move the passenger seat all the way up. You go and take the headrest out, same procedure. Put the headrest wherever you want. I'll just set it down here. And you can fold the passenger seat almost flat. But what I usually do is fold this seat up just slightly. I can go over and put this seat down like that. and fold it down like that. The reason I do it in this order is because I don't have something rubbing up against the passenger seat making it dirty. Instead, it's just laying on whatever this is right here, which is part of the trunk. I don't care if this gets dirty. But let's say you want it more flat. What do? So if you want a flat loading area, or as flat as possible, but as big as possible, you will have to take the bottom of the seat out. There's no tools to take the bottom of the seat out in this car. You just yank up and it unbolts the clip. And on this side of the car, lift up as well to get this entirely loose. Oh, that's neat. Apparently a wrench got down here. Oh, that's a nice find. 10 millimeter. I was wondering where that went. But now that you have this area open, now you can go over and fold the passenger seat flat once again. And it goes really flat this time. And then you can fold the two side seats flat as well. And just like that, you have a really flat area to load things now. Now, no, it's not perfect, but it will work. I fit a rather large refrigerator inside the car. If I'm not mistaken, it's considered a full-size refrigerator, and it went almost all the way up to the front dash. By the way, if you're camping, you can also take off the headrest for the driver's seat and do the exact same thing to the driver's seat and put an entire queen air mattress inside the car. You heard that right. You can put a queen air mattress inside the car. Just roll it inside the car and inflate it inside the car, and just like that, you'll have a quite large bed. But to put the vanity in here, I don't need as much length, so I'm going to go and put the passenger seat back up and put the bottom of the back seat back in. Also, if you're trying to load something in from this side or the side you're on, the seat belt might be in the way. What do you do about that? Well, on the seats, there are little straps that hold the seat belt in place here. Just undo the strap. And now the seatbelt is free, except now it's just dangling. What do you do with it? Do you see this little spot right here? Yeah, the seatbelt actually slides right into here. If I can actually get a hold of the seatbelt, you just go up here and get the right angle and push it in. And there. Now the seatbelt is actually strapped out of the way, so you can load as much stuff in here as you'd like. Alright, so that's what I'm trying to put inside the car. It is a bathroom vanity. The top I'm going to put in later. I'm going to put it in the video, but I'm going to put the big part in first, which is the vanity. Get your big comforter and just lay it out inside the car. Mine's dusty, so let's just shake it off. Okay, good enough. Toss the comforter in here, about like, I don't know, that's good enough. It's filthy, but it's fine. Let's see, it's used to haul things, lawnmowers, things covered in grease, paint. It's basically used for everything. Alright, comforter is in here and it's ready to start hauling things. So when putting something in the car, you have to figure out what is the best way to put it in. Do you put it in this way, or do you put it on its side, or the other way around? And for this item, since it's on the larger end, I can only put it in one way, which is the way I'm putting it in right now. By the way, it's not at all sitting on the comforter, because the comforter isn't the right size. Oh, actually, no, it is on the comforter. Never mind. I thought I wasn't setting it on the comforter right now because of that, but no, it actually is on the comforter. And now we could just slide it in. Let's just position it to one side of the car, put it as far back as we can, and yeah, it's all the way in there. And there's a decent amount of space left. If you wanted, you could push it all the way forward. Just to give you an idea, we have this much more room, which is, quite a bit, I'd say. Or you could move the front seat forward, and you'd have even more room. Now, I'm not sure where to put the vanity top, which is this right here. I think I'll put it actually over there, because I have other things to load here. So that's what I'll do. I'll put it in front, or technically on the top of this vanity, between the passenger seat and the vanity, if that makes any sense. Just to get it out of the way, and we'll push the passenger seat back to hold it in place. And there, it's not really going to go anywhere. It's pretty solidly in here. It's not going to fall down between the footwell. And to give you an idea of how to use the tie straps, I got it held down here and tied up around here, kind of, just to keep it in place so it doesn't fly all over the place. I think it will work quite well for what we need. And I have it held down or holding down the vanity top as well, so it's nice and snug and not going to like bounce around and break itself or anything. And overall, I think we did a quite nice job here.